I'm standing in the grounds of the Ministry of Defense here, and behind me there are two of those PAC-3 Patriot missile batteries, they're called, and there have been others deployed to the outskirts of Tokyo. And we also know, according to media reports, that the government has refused to confirm, incidentally, because it doesn't want to give too much of its strategy away to the North Koreans, that there have been Aegis destroyers equipped with missile interception systems that have moved into the Sea of Japan, so between Japan and North Korea, which is very important if you consider the fact that it would take about 5 to 10 minutes for a missile, if it was launched from North Korea, to hit Tokyo, if that was ever something that the North Koreans were thinking of doing. But let's put this into perspective, Rosemary. This is something that has happened every time the North Koreans have said they were going to launch a satellite. The Japanese have installed this kind of defensive capabilities. So this really is sort of keeping a low profile of the Japanese, but doing the minimum that it needs to do to ensure the protection of its people should, for example, a missile go overhead and malfunction and debris were to fall down on Tokyo, for example. What North Korea has said is that it would target U.S. bases, and of course there are bases on Japan, in Japan, 38,000 U.S. troops positioned here. Guam, if they were to target Guam, another key U.S. base, the trajectory of a missile going over that way would go through Japanese, over the top of Japan. So these are very real concerns for the Japanese people, and that is why they have positioned these kind of defensive measures here. Rosemary?
So, Diana, let's look at the timing of this and the feasibility. Why North Korea is targeting Japan and why at this time?
I think it would be too strong to say that North Korea is targeting Japan. North Korea has not said specifically who it will target, and North Korea has said that it will target the U.S., but analysts believe that it is not capable of doing so, at least with anything with a nuclear warhead on it at this point. The fact of the matter is, though, that Japan lies so close to North Korea that if any missile was to be shot off, if they were to target Guam, if they were to target the U.S. military bases that Japan has on its soil, then of course the Japanese would de facto then be targets themselves. And in fact, in the North Korean newspaper over the weekend, it was written that that Japan was kowtowing essentially to the U.S. by allowing military bases to exist here on its soil. So in that capacity, yes, Japan could be targeted. But to say that North Korea is intent on targeting Tokyo or Japan would be putting it too strongly.